Mastering ISO IEC 27018. ISO 27018 is the only shield standing between your cloud-stored secrets and prying eyes. Which information security standard specifically, ISO IEC 27018, has its primary focus on protecting personal data in the cloud? And how does its guidelines ensure the effective implementation of controls for personal data protection within the context of public cloud-based services? As I delved into the world of ISO IEC 27018, I couldn't help but think of my own journey towards operational excellence. It was a path filled with twists and turns, marked by moments of triumph and humility. And at the heart of it all was a deep sense of responsibility, to myself, to others, and to the world around me. You see, I've always believed that personal growth and development are intricately tied to one's sense of identity. It's the foundation upon which we build our lives, our relationships, and our contributions to society. And when we're conscious of our values and principles, we're better equipped to navigate the complexities of life. Now, when it comes to protecting personal data in the cloud, I realized that it's not just about implementing controls and guidelines. It's about recognizing the inherent value of each individual's digital footprint. It's about acknowledging that our online presence is an extension of ourselves, and that we have a moral obligation to safeguard it. As I explored the guidelines of ISO IEC 27018, I saw that they weren't just a set of rules and regulations. They were a call to action, urging organizations to take ownership of their role in protecting personal data. It was a reminder that operational excellence isn't just about efficiency and productivity, it's also about accountability and integrity. One of the first steps I took was to identify the key stakeholders involved in personal data protection. It wasn't just about the organizations providing cloud-based services, it was about the individuals whose data was being stored and processed. It was about acknowledging their right to privacy, their right to know how their data was being used, and their right to have control over their digital lives. From there, I began to develop a framework for implementing controls that would ensure the effective protection of personal data. It involved conducting risk assessments, establishing clear policies and procedures, and providing training and awareness programs for employees. But more than that, it involved creating a culture of transparency and accountability, where individuals felt empowered to speak up and take ownership of their role in protecting personal data. One of the most significant challenges I faced was balancing the need for security with the need for usability. I knew that overly restrictive controls could hinder the user experience, but I also knew that lax security measures could put personal data at risk. It was a delicate balancing act, one that required creativity, empathy, and a deep understanding of human behavior. Throughout the process, I was struck by the importance of empathy and compassion. It's easy to get caught up in the technical aspects of personal data protection, but at the end of the day, it's about people. It's about recognizing that individuals have the right to privacy, dignity, and respect. And it's about taking responsibility for our actions, as individuals and as organizations. As I look back on my journey, I'm reminded of the power of self-awareness and personal growth. It's not about achieving perfection, it's about striving for excellence, day in and day out. And when we anchor ourselves in a sense of purpose and morality, we're better equipped to navigate the complexities of the digital age. In the end, ISO IEC 27018 is more than just a standard for protecting personal data in the cloud. It's a call to action, urging us to re-examine our values and principles, to recognize the inherent worth of each individual, and to strive for operational excellence in all that we do. ISO/IEC 27018 to 2019, a sector-specific standard under the ISO/IEC 27001 family, provides guidelines for the protection of personally identifiable information, PII, in public clouds, acting as PII processors. The standard's primary focus is on ensuring that the public cloud-based services handling PII implement controls to protect the privacy and security of the data. To achieve this, ISO/IEC 27018 provides guidelines for personal data protection in cloud-based services, focusing on aspects such as transparency, accountability, and compliance. The standard emphasizes the importance of implementing measures to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of PII. It recommends that public cloud service providers, CSPs, implement controls to protect PII from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, modification, or destruction. One of the key guidelines in ISO IEC 27018 is the requirement for CSPs to have a clear and transparent privacy policy, making it easily accessible to customers. This policy should include information about the type of PII collected, the purposes for which it is used, the entities with whom it is shared, and the security measures in place to protect it. Another critical aspect of the standard is the implementation of organizational and technical controls to ensure the secure processing of PII. This includes the use of encryption, access controls, logging and monitoring, incident response, and business continuity planning. CSPs must also ensure that their employees and contractors are aware of their roles and responsibilities in protecting PII, and that they have received the necessary training. ISO IEC 27018 also emphasizes the importance of accountability and compliance. CSPs must demonstrate their compliance with the standard and be able to provide evidence of their implementation of controls to protect PII. This includes the establishment of audit and compliance programs, as well as the conduct of regular security assessments and risk management activities. Additionally, the standard recommends that CSPs have a process in place for responding to data breaches, including the notification of affected individuals and regulatory bodies. This process should be tested regularly to ensure its effectiveness. In terms of transparency, ISO IEC 27018 requires CSPs to provide customers with clear information about their PII processing activities, including the use of sub-processors and the cross-border data transfer of PII. CSPs must also make available to customers the results of their security assessments and audits, including any remediation activities undertaken. The standard also emphasizes the importance of implementing controls to protect PII from unauthorized access, including the use of multi-factor authentication, secure logon procedures, and access controls. It also recommends the implementation of data loss prevention controls, such as data encryption and digital rights management. Finally, ISO IEC 27018 provides guidelines for the secure deletion and disposal of PII. CSPs must have a process in place for securely deleting PII when it is no longer required, and for disposing of media containing PII in a secure manner. In conclusion, ISO IEC 27018 provides a comprehensive set of guidelines for the protection of PII in public cloud-based services. By implementing the controls and guidelines outlined in the standard, CSPs can ensure the effective protection of PII and demonstrate their commitment to the privacy and security of their customers' data.